In this episode, I answer a question from a medical massage therapist in Georgia who is trying to decide whether to start accepting insurance in their practice. Welcome back to the Soft Tissue Treatment Revolution podcast, where we teach overworked massage therapists a new treatment method that cuts session times in half and eliminates the frustration of inconsistent results so they can avoid burnout and help more people get out of pain. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the show. All right, so the question came from Scott from Georgia. He is in year 7 in practice and has advanced training in medical massage and focuses on helping people who are injured and in pain. The question was, I got my medical massage certification this year in hopes of helping me stand out from other providers in my area and get more clients who want more than just a traditional relaxation type of massage. I'm finding that once I started marketing myself as a medical massage provider, I get more potential clients reaching out and asking if I take their insurance. When I told them that I didn't at the current time, they didn't even want to come in to see me. I don't want to lose out on potential clients because of cost, but also know the insurance process can be a big hassle. Do you think it's worth it for me to start taking insurance? And do you think it will help me grow my practice? Thanks so much for sending that question in, Scott. Just a quick reminder, I do love doing these episodes. So if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, send them over my way. And if I think I can help, I'll get an episode out to you. The information to submit your question is in our profile or wherever you are consuming this episode. So let's get right into it. Let's keep this episode very short. The clear answer is a big no. You should never participate in insurance. So thanks for listening to the show, and we'll catch you on the next one. Little joke there. Ha ha ha. Let's go in a little more deeper on this. So my thoughts on all this. First off is my view on the medical massage certification. I think it's fine. I think the trainings are okay. I don't really think it's gonna like take you to that next level. You know, a lot of people think it's all about results, not results, certifications and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's about results. People don't care about what you do or how you do it. They just care that you can actually help them. So maybe it makes you feel good that you have this advanced training, but at the end of the day, you got to get results, period. Next problem is insurance and entitlement for clients. I'm getting old now. I'm 41 years old, but I remember back in the day, when we had insurance and you just paid a copay and you got care and everybody took it. So people automatically think when they have insurance that they're entitled to good care. It's going to be the cheapest as possible and they're going to get it right away. The medical system has changed completely over maybe the last 10 or 15 years, where now you're just paying so much out of pocket. You have high deductibles. You got to do so much. And a lot of times the doctors and the providers taking insurance, they actually suck because they just want to take the insurance and they do whatever the insurance company tells them. There's a ton of hassles and hoops and struggles with dealing with insurance, filling out paperwork, making sure you do the right billing. You don't check off the right box, you don't get paid. They make it really, really hard for you to get paid for what you do. And they also tell you exactly what you can do and how much you can get paid for. And you just have to take it because, they're your boss and you don't get to be the boss. And that kind of sucks for you. And it really sucks for the client. I don't think this is ideal for a solo practice. I do think you could make it work if you owned a clinic with multiple providers, but you'd have to actually hire someone that would just do the billing, do all the insurance verifications and everything like that. So if you have a multiple, provider practice, maybe it's something you get into. I really don't recommend it, but if you do want to do that, go ahead. So how to handle when people do ask, they say, hey, do you take my insurance? Anytime I get a question, doesn't matter what it is. They ask me like how much it costs, what I do, everything like that. I always say, great question, and I'm glad you asked. And I always say, so what I do here in my office is very unique and specialized, and I have a high success rate with my clients, but that's only because I properly screen any potential clients and only take on those that I know I can truly help. So what I like to do first is just ask you a series of questions, just to make sure that I'm going to be able to help fix your problem. And if I can, then I will gladly go over all the cost related questions. Does that sound good? And then they might push again. And I say, hey, here's the thing. I haven't even had a chance to properly assess you yet to even know if I can help fix your problem. In all honesty, anyone that just gives you a price over the phone before they ever know if they can help is never going to be able to fix your problem. And I would avoid those people at all cost. One thing I can assure you though is the treatments I do here, they're not cheap because they actually work, but they're not overly expensive either. And I do work with people on all budgets. Once I know for sure that I'm going to be able to help fix their problem. So if you're ready to answer these questions and I'm confident I'm going to be able to help, then I'll gladly go over all the cost related questions. You can tell I've been practicing that a lot over the years, but it really does help. So what do I do instead? So if they're not willing to answer the questions, they're not willing to go through it, good riddance. They're just looking for the cheapest thing possible. You want to avoid those people at all costs. I call them price demons. They want it the quickest, the fastest, the cheapest, least amount of effort possible. And then they wonder why they're not getting any better, because the problem with the cheap solution is the solution itself. It isn't going to work because it is cheap. So what do I say after they answer the questions, everything like that? I get all my data. I let them know about what I do and what to expect and everything like that. And then what I do is I just bash the insurance company. I say, hey, as we all know, these insurance companies really only care about cost control, and they don't care much about quality control. And they make it really difficult for you, the client, to get the treatment you need by putting a lot of restrictions on me. So in our office, we found a great workaround for that. What we are is we're designated as out of network. What that does is it allows us the freedom and flexibility to fix your problem exactly how it needs to be fixed and as quick as possible without all the unnecessary restrictions of the insurance company. And the best part is we'll be able to give you all the paperwork and documentation that you need to submit directly back to the insurance company to try to get reimbursed, kind of the best of both worlds. We're also able to process flex spending accounts and health savings accounts as well. So technically, you are working with insurance. It gets them off that entitlement thing, like, oh, I want to use my insurance. But they're like, oh, that makes sense from where we are. Most people know that insurance sucks, doesn't do much anything. You pay and you don't get anything out of it. But I don't blame them for asking, but at the end of the day, it's going to be more of a hassle. So my take home here is try to stay out of it the best you can, because it's just going to be a big problem from where you go. You think it's going to open you up to a whole new level and group of clients that you might not have had before. But the thing is, you're already in a profession in the massage field where people already expect to pay out of pocket for it. And if you can say, hey, I'm a medical massage therapist, so we can give you like a detailed receipt. The receipt's really easy. You just write what you did. You can look up a code of like low back pain, hip pain, neck, shoulder, put it on there, put what you did, the massage code, and give it to them. It takes 2 minutes of your time, and then you can just have templates for that. But you also can, when you are the medical massage therapist, you can process health savings accounts and flex spending accounts as well. Definitely health savings accounts are a lot easier to deal with than flex spending accounts, because health savings accounts are funded by the client themselves, where flex spending usually comes from their employer. So flex spending makes you kind of do a little more documentation and stuff like that, but usually it's not that big a deal. But it helps the client, feel like they're getting something for their insurance, but also they're getting the care they need by working with you. So yeah, avoid it at all costs. Like I said, unless you got that really big practice and you have the budget to hire a dedicated billing person. But other than that, stay away from it. It's going to be better for you, better for your clients, and eliminate a ton of headaches. That's all I got on the episode. As I close out every episode, go out there and be great this week. The world needs access to your amazing treatments so they can stay the hell away from the traditional medical model of pain pills, injections, and surgeries that only make things worse and ruins people's lives. Appreciate you watching, listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.